Hello everybody. Today we're going to react to this video by Shadowrock ZX. One of these 20 Robot Master designs will appear in Mega Man Duel Override. Honestly, that sounds like a dream, having your character be in a video game. The Mega Man Duel Override contest says the Mega Man Duel Override contest was a really cool thing to see, and we're going to we're going to see which are the 20 that will compete for this spot. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and maybe even comment on this video, and consider subscribing if you want to see more reactions like this. Oh, and stick around if you want to see a surprise. But whether I'll actually show you the surprise depends. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's jump in.
Hello everyone, Shadowrock, or should I say Sick Rock here. Yeah, I'm still getting over a cold, so bear with me. But today I have a very quick Mega Man Duel Override update to let you know that the Robot Master Design Contest has reached its next phase, and we now have our top 20 designs that made it through the initial process where the Capcom development team themselves went through all the entries and settled on the top 20 that now fans like us are going to vote on our favorite one. And based on our votes, the top 6 designs will be decided, and that is the top 6 that's going to receive the Excellence Award and get their name into the credits of Mega Man Duel Override. The top 6 will be announced sometime in March 2026, and then from there, the Mega Man Duel Override development team is going to select the best design out of the 6 finalists, and then announce the winner. Whenever that may be, they don't actually say. And of course, the actual
Well, I guess all we can do is just wait and get excited.
winner will have their boss appear in Mega Man Duel Override. Of course, in typical Capcom fashion, I wouldn't expect the actual fan design to be fully translated over to the game. Capcom likes to take the base concept and kind of morph it into their own ideal official Mega Man Robot Master. It's happened several times before with past design contests. Real quick, how voting works is you have to go to the official voting website, which we will link in the description below, and then you have to sign in with a
Let's go. Let's go see what that is. All right, there it is.
Capcom ID. You can create one if you don't have one already. From there, you're only allowed to choose one design, which is very difficult considering there's 20 to pick from, and they all look amazing, by the way. But yep, choose your one favorite Robot Master that you want to see in the game the most, and then, as a thank you, Capcom will provide you with 3 social media icons featuring Mega Man, Dr. Wily, and the Dr. Wily logo. But alright,
Cool.
you've waited long enough. Let's go ahead and list off the top 20 entries for the contest. Unfortunately, Capcom did not do a good job at all of actually crediting the artists, but don't worry, I got you guys covered. I've looked through and tracked down every single one of the pen names for each of the artworks. Some of them were already in the artworks themselves, some of them not, so it was actually quite the challenge finding some of these names, so shoutouts to Rockman HQ as well for helping me to track down some of the harder to find ones. Also, Capcom was nice enough to share some very brief, but very nice nonetheless, developer comments for each of these entries, kind of explaining why they chose them in the first place. So while we're listing all these off, I'm going to read out the developer comments as well.
Sanitize, man. Honestly, wow. Sanitize, man. That is a design.
Well, alright, you ready? Let's rock. Design A, Sanitize Man, by MC. Developer comment, It's a fun design that fits the Mega Man series. Design B, Vortex Man.
Okay, let's Vortex Man. A cool 3D, a cool 3D drawing. I mean, a cool 3D model. And actually, I fully mean that. That's is a really cool model. If this actually was in the game, I wouldn't be surprised. It looks cool. Battle mode, regular mode, vortex and chest. All right. Yep, and hand going on the chain. That's what they did with the vacuum arm. All right.
By Dim Nico Art. Developer comment, the combination of simple silhouette, curves, and functionality is amazing.
Now I know.
Design C, Battle Man. By Momotan.
Battle Man. He's an ancient fighting robot who, in his glory days, fought countless times, always emerging victorious. Now he's retired from the battlefield, but warrior spirit has driven him to seek one last fight, one against the most powerful rival ever, Mega Man. His immense power and experience. His powerful suction arm can capture even the strongest enemy, and then use it as a hammer. Okay, that's cool.
Or Momotan_official on Twitter X. Developer comment, it has a mammoth-like design and looks very strong. Design D, Spiral Woman. By Losango Flower.
Spiral Woman. Honestly, I really hope that we're gonna get a female robot master in Mega Man Duel Override. We've only had Splash Woman, and honestly, that is really cool to me. We should see more of those. But anyways, Spiral Woman's design looks okay, super cool. I like how the skirt kind of looks like electricity. I'm pretty sure that wasn't by design, but yeah.
Or Ponte Zender 12927 on Twitter X. Developer comment, the brush motif is very Mega Man-esque. Design
It is.
E, Osoji Man. By
Osoji Man. I don't know what that is, but okay, that looks pretty awesome. Osoji Man is a boss who loves keeping his stage perfectly clean. He always there's there's to be foreign matter, especially Mega Man.
Iot or at Tusfong on Twitter X. Developer comment, it's amazing how the design incorporates a variety of tools. Design F, Dredge Man.
Dredge Man. That shape looks like something you'd see in Chinese mythology or something. Maybe like something you see in the Japan mythos, which is honestly kind of like that a lot. Dredge Man. I don't know how to read any of this because I don't speak Japanese or Chinese, whatever that is, because Chinese and Japanese characters look the same to me, but hey, the design looks cool. Best of luck to the artist.
By Panami or at Pana__me on Twitter X. Developer comment, it looks strong and it's also amazing that it has a function to treat relics with care. Design G, Flex Man.
Flex Man. So what do we got here? So he releases things from his bag through his arm. Huh. Actually looks really cool.
By Kujirav or at Kujirav Video on Twitter X. Developer comment, the idea of the inhaled items going straight into the bag is great. Design H, Tube Man.
I'm sorry, what did he say?
Video on Twitter X. Developer comment, the idea of the inhaled items going straight into the bag is great. Design H, Tube Man.
Tube Man? Huh. Okay. Yeah.
By Pepper or at pepper_irigoma on Twitter X. Developer comment, it's a great idea to spread the design of the arms all over the body. Design I, Vacuum Man.
Vacuum Man. The most. That's a basic name, though I don't despise basic. I mean, the design definitely looks cool. A vacuum cleaner robot to robot a vacuum cleaner robot capable to bond with any sweet bot in vicinity. Form a symbiotic relationship akin to wolves and ravens as both keep the street clean. A bit of clean freak, mostly because he's proud of what he does. All right.
By Raiden77. Developer comment, the head is a clever design that takes inspiration from a canister vacuum cleaner. Design J, Cleaner Man. By
Cleaner
Hachura
Man.
or Hachura Art on Twitter X. Developer comment, the face hidden by the visor looks cool. Design
It
K,
does.
Vac Woman. By Andrew Dickman.
Okay, this one might be my favorite. This one might be my favorite design here. Vac Woman. The name sounds cool, but the design I really like. Static and wind. Huh. Alright.
Or at Odd Twit on Twitter X. Developer comment, the balance between evil and cute is just right.
Ha. The balance between what?
Design K.
The balance between evil and cute. Yeah, that's honestly really cool. Fitting.
Vac Woman by Andrew Dickman or at Odd Twit on Twitter X. Developer comment, the balance between evil and cute is just right.
Evil and cute. That's actually a pretty cool idea. I actually have a design. I actually have an idea for a design that for a character with also this in mind that looks evil and somehow cute at the same time. But yeah, it's too late. But sticking to Batwoman, I like how she looks. The little bow top is really fun. It's really fun, and her design in general looks cute. I actually want to see some variation of this design in Mega Man Duel Override because once again, we need more female robot masters. And also one of the lines I like here is secretly likes cute things. Don't we all?
Design L, Cleanser Man by Irregular Dobby.
Cleanser Man. Okay, so what? We got like some kind of a brush here. Then the filler, I don't know, some kind of liquid or something. But then again, awesome design.
Developer comment, the flowers on his head and unique coloring are very appealing. Design M, Maestro Man by Evil
Maestro Man. Another music sound-based robot master, which would be a cool idea to see in a game again. I don't think we have that many sound-based weapons, but we will see.
Gator with a number 8. Developer comment, does the keyboard on his head actually make sound? I am in awe of your imagination. Design N, Sweeper Woman.
Sweeper woman. She look. I like the design of the dress, and her having look like a maid is kind of cool and funny. Honestly, this kind of design is something that would be really cool to see.
By Juno or at JSketch12 on Twitter X. Developer comment, the fact that the dust collecting balloon inflates is bold, surreal, and fun. Design O, Recycle Man by Calator or at Calator_artist4 on Twitter X. Developer comment, the tough silhouette and color scheme are cool.
dust and litter, color, the color scheme, things are cool. Well, he's not wrong. I do like the color scheme, and honestly, yeah, this is fun. That looks awesome.
Design P. Vacuum Man
Another vacuum man.
by Mottfall. Developer comment: the transparent head parts are very striking. Design Q. Cactus
Yeah.
Man by
Cactus man. Well, there go. Cactus man. Apparently, might have just stolen my idea for Cactus woman. Or did they?
Simon S. Anderson or at SnakePixel on Twitter X. Developer comment: the idea of using a cactus to represent the suction is interesting.
It's a cool idea to represent cactus. Cactus as an idea. And you know what? I might as well let the cat out of the bag now. I might as well let the cat out of the bag. While I was hearing about this Mega Man Dual Override design contest, I actually tried to make my own. I actually wanted to have my own character be in the game, and I've had 4 of these. And I had 4 ideas. One of them was Cactus Woman, who I've actually idealized way, way, way back when I was in 6th grade. Yeah, yeah. My idea for a Cactus Woman is something that dates back to 2020, like years ago, before the pandemic. And you know what? Maybe one day I might show it off, but who knows? Honestly, who knows? But then again, Cactus Man actually looks really cool. Actually looks really cool with the green, with all the spikes going everywhere.
Design R. Veltman by Shenaniganza or at DB Misadventure on Twitter X. Developer comment: a fresh and unique take on the elephant motif.
Fresh and unique take on elephant motif, huh? Well, tusks functioning as claws is really cool, and I do really like the trunks that are both. I do really like the trunk on his head and his nose. Oh wait, that's another trunk arm, huh?
Once you see it, you'll never forget it. Design
Well, I definitely won't. Oop, whoop, too far back.
DB Misadventure on Twitter X. Developer comment: a fresh and unique take on the elephant motif. Once you see it, you'll never forget it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna forget this one.
Design S. Juggle Man by Stefan Whitcraft or at SD Whitcraft on Twitter X. Developer comment: having different spheres pass through his body is an interesting idea.
That is an interesting idea. Ha, juggling, juggling his head around. That's actually a pretty cool idea. Like his head at enemies to explode, and as you can see in the top left, they have some cool ideas. Cool ideas what different heads could do, or something like that. This is definitely another one of my probably favorite designs here.
And SD Whitcraft on Twitter X. Developer comment: having different spheres pass through is an interesting idea. And finally, Design T, Valve Man by Zen_Jirakun.
Valve Man, the Rescuer. Huh. Okay, Valve Man, the Rescuer. Like a firefighter robot. That's actually pretty cool. Another fighter bot.
Developer comment: it's a surprising and fun idea to have absorbed water coming out of his head. Woo! That was a lot to get through, but
Yeah,
there
it
you
was.
go. That is your top 20 Robot Masters that could appear in Mega Man Dual Override. Overall, real quick, I just want to say everybody did absolutely amazing. Not even just the top 20 here, but everybody who entered the contest in general. I've been looking at all of your designs over on Twitter X, and oh man, there's just so many good stuff and even some designs that I'm really sad that didn't make the cut in the end. But
I feel ya. I feel ya. I mean, there def- I did. There's definitely one. There's definitely a design I really like that didn't really make the cut. Like, how do I say? My tongue is twisting itself again. There was this other. There was this one robot that I saw, Pollen Woman, who did. Who sadly isn't on this list, and it actually kind of sucks. Her design actually looks really cool.
did you notice a pattern with all of these entries that did make it to the top 20? Yeah, at least half of them or more are either cleaner themed or vacuum themed.
Nah. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, a lot of these are very basic with their vacuums, the vacuum theme. I mean, when I first started designing my own character for Mega Man Dual Override, I mean, I I thought that the vacuum design at the vacuum arm concept was way too limiting, but then I was actually seeing some of the incredible things that people made, and honestly, yeah, nah, that was not limiting at all. It's actually really cool. It's actually really cool how creative you can get with you can get with these designs.
That kind of confirms what myself and many other people were thinking whenever this contest got revealed, and that is, most likely behind the scenes, Capcom already has a power up in mind, a boss, a stage, a whole theme, which is all about suction and vacuums and things like that. After
Yes.
all, the sample design that they showed at the very beginning is essentially a vacuum man, so there you go. That's what they were going for the whole time, so it makes a lot of sense that the entries that did make it to the top 20 are the ones that leaned most into the suction and vacuuming stuff. If you want to put it this way, essentially Capcom made the template and the fans are providing the skin for the Robot Master.
Hmm.
So if you didn't get
Yeah,
chosen
that did.
for the top 20 in this contest, I wouldn't feel bad because clearly they weren't looking for art ability at all. It was more about the idea and finding something that fit more closely with their template. Yeah, for the top 20 in this contest, I wouldn't feel bad because clearly they weren't looking for art ability at all. It was more about the idea and finding something that fit more closely with their template. Yeah, it would have been nice if the contest was more open ended, where people could submit Robot Masters of any idea or design or whatever they want to do. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, this template idea was already used once in Mega Man 8 for Swordman, Searchman, and Clownman, and I think it does make sense for them to reuse that idea here because, let's face it, if they did do an open ended contest, Mega Man Dual Override would probably be coming out in 2028 and not 2027 like it is right now.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time to create something purely from scratch. But if they essentially assert a
Does take a lot of time to create things from scratch.
skin or theme onto a 27 like it is right now, it takes a lot of time to create something purely from scratch. But if they essentially assert a skin or theme onto a template they already made in the background, well, the work is going to get done a lot quicker and thus the game will come out sooner. So, because I personally want to play this game sooner than later, I'm ultimately okay with the result of how this turned out. Of course, there is some criticisms here, like Capcom could have been clearer about the rules and specifications of the entries themselves and what exactly they were looking for in terms of the theming. That way, people wouldn't get disqualified just because it's not close enough to a vacuum design, for example. But it is what it is. It's already done, so all we can do is move forward. One
Yeah, that really is all we can do. And once again, and, we'll, and I want to say, and I also want to say that I'm sorry for everybody else who didn't get picked. This must hurt.
Once again, I just want to reiterate, everybody did absolutely amazing. Like, I did not see one design I disliked. Everybody's so creative, man. But
There what?
at the end of the
I can agree. There really isn't a design here I can say I actively dislike. Every one of these I like to some extent. Vac Woman and Vortex Man are definitely some of my favorites here, and even Sweeper Woman. We need more women robot masters. Where are they? Come on, Capcom. Why aren't you giving us more women? More female robot masters. That's actually a pretty cool idea.
day, folks, there can only be one robot master. One did not see one design I disliked. Everybody's so creative, man. But at the end of the day, folks, there can only be one robot master. One that will get into the game. So I guess the question becomes, who did I vote for? Not gonna lie, I was really close to picking Cactus Man because it's such a cool design. I love how his attacks and design changes a little bit depending on how you played through the stage. Where if he absorbs water, he uses water jet attacks, but if you put sand into his arena, now he'll use spike attacks more often. They're much more powerful. That's such a cool idea. It also reminds me of a Cactus Man that currently exists in the fan game Mega Man Battle Network Chrono X. So yeah, I was so close to picking that, but at the end of the day, I actually have to vote for Valve Man. I know I'm not picking a female robot master, blasphemy, but man, it was so hard.
No, no hate, Shadowrock ZX. It's all good. I mean, we all have different tastes, and at the end of the day, we like what we like. And honestly, I also like Valve Man's design. It's honestly really cool to have a firefighter robot on the team.
To pick just one, guys, but yeah, I had to go with Valman. Partly because when I was thinking of something I could probably do myself, I was thinking more like a firefighter type of robot master that I would like to see in the game. And this is like the epitome of firefighter, man. The fire hose horn makes so much sense. He's got a cool
I'm sorry, firefighter man.
like to see in the game, and this is like the epitome of firefighter, man.
Firefighter man. Well, at least it has a better name than that. No offense.
The fire hose horn makes so much sense. He's got a cool axe, cool hats, and design in general.
Cool axe. Huh. Oh yeah, that is a cool axe.
Like Capcom said, it's cool that he can shoot water out of the top of his head, but I think the big thing that's winning so many people over, including me, is the fact that the artist drew a fire hydrant Met as an enemy type that could appear in the stage.
Huh. Fire hydrant mental. I mean, anytime he stops, he can attack even when he stops. And when he stops, he'll shoot water, and when he's actually moving, he can shoot the pellets, or who knows, maybe he can just shoot a water projectile when he's actually moving and not hiding. The Valve Met. Cool name.
That is so cool, it's just a tiny little detail, but it really brings the idea all together. Of course, Valman has a firefighting unit as well, so maybe those guys can be enemy types as well, or maybe mini bosses. Yeah, this is a really well done and fleshed out idea that I could totally see being a real robot master. And if he does make it into the final game, I hope that fire hydrant Met actually becomes a really
Having Valve Man having an entire rescue team is tight. And honestly, it's a cool design. It actually is really cool seeing a robot master who has their own like team or thing like that. That was actually a pretty cool and pretty new idea.
Well done and fleshed out idea that I could totally see
Pretty
being
cool.
a real
Yeah.
robot master. And if he does make it into the final game, I hope that fire hydrant Met actually becomes a real enemy type officially. That would be so hype, dude.
Yeah,
I'd love to
would
see
be.
that. So yep, I went with Valve Man, which is the very last one, Design T. But guys, there was so much good stuff in here. It's absolutely wild. So what did you guys pick for the Robot Master contest? Let me know in the comments below. And that'll about do it for this quick roundup on the top 20 Robot Masters that may or may not appear in Mega Man Duo Override. So, separately from this, I am going to be doing a full on review discussion of all the design entries with my friends. So, stay tuned for that. We're going to go into much more detail than I did here with all the different designs and actually review them and talk about what we liked. Otherwise, guys, I will see you in March when we find out what the top 6 is going to be. That's also when Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection is coming out, so really hyped month coming up there in March. Alright guys, thank you all so much, and of course, stay tuned to Shadowrock ZX for all things Mega Man, including so much more Mega Man content coming up in the coming months. Until then, rock on, and have yourselves a wonderful time zone.
Okay. That was actually really fun. Let's just go back and see some of the entries. Yeah. Yeah. My top three are definitely Vac Woman, Vortex Man, and Juggle Man. Their designs look the coolest, and I also imagine that their designs are also some of the coolest things I've seen today, especially Juggle Man. He's very creative. And that's for the rest. Well, let's see. Sweeper Woman. Yes, I'm definitely going to want to see her. Vacuum Man. Specifically this one right here with a more white spacey design, which I like, and Cleanser Man. So it was super colorful and fun looking. And yeah, that's it. You know what? I'm gonna leave a like to you, and you know what? Let's leave a comment. My top six. My top six. Not in any particular order. Black woman. Sweeper woman. Vortex man. Juggle man. Vacuum man. Cleanser man. So these are my top six. Once again, in no particular order. So yeah, that'll be pretty much it for the reaction right now. But before I go, I want to show you that surprise I talked about in the beginning of the video. So yeah. So this is the surprise. This is my Robot Master. This is my Robot Master designed for the Mega Man Dual Override contest. Echo Woman. So, so let me walk you through some of the details. So the megaphone here is what I decided to do with the suction arm idea. And honestly, I think it looks pretty cool. It's like she can blast sound waves from her arm, from her megaphone arm that can cause mass destruction. And her hands can also so and also release sound vibrations through materials to make them shatter or break like glass or crystals. And her boots can also allow her to jump to the height of skyscrapers, and also will cause mini earthquakes, shaking the shaking the ground, walls, even the ceiling. And since she's Echo Woman, I give her a lot of sound-based motifs, and she has a heightened sense of sound, allowing her to locate people in low and no light conditions, which is needed for the kind of robot that she is. If you want to know the full details, I'll leave a link. I'll leave a link to my post on my YouTube channel so you can see it. But the short version is that she is a search. She is a robot designed for search and rescue, but after seeing that the amount of energy that she's accumulated throughout her various rescues was beginning too much, they decided to give her an upgrade with this megaphone arm here. Ways to let the energy out. So one of the solutions was the arm, her right hand, and her boots, and her ears allow her to locate people in hard to find conditions like rock slides and such. And as you can see over here, they also added some eye effects, like the sound wave effect for whenever she's performing an attack. And so, yeah, that's it. So yeah, here's the post that you guys can come and check out. As you can see, I first drew it in traditional art form, and then I had it remade in digital. I had and I had remade it in digital form, and I even had it designed to be like a full-on character sheet, which is cool, which I think is awesome. And if you and here's all the lore. Pause us pause on screen if you want to read any of it. But then again, I'll leave it linked in the description, so there's that. But anyways, you guys, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this video. Thank all you guys for watching. Shout out to ShadowRock ZX. Go check out his video. And do subscribe to him. And if you enjoy this reaction video, please leave a like, maybe even a comment, and do subscribe if you want to see more reactions like this. Also on my YouTube channel, I also do various kinds of things. I'm kind of experimenting right now. So yeah, I think it'll be fun. So look forward to that, and I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.